I want to say for the record that I did not cancel our live stream to pretend like I was canceling Sarah. All of a sudden, my internet just turned off. I don't know why. But I want to apologize to Sarah, who may be watching, waiting for me to reconnect with her. I swear I wasn't canceling you. All right, slightly more nice. I don't know. Let's find out. Sorry, I don't know why my internet just shut off.
It's actually fine because it gave me an opportunity to go and see how many people had viewed and liked my TikTok video, and it's like no one because it's not going to be popular. I can already tell, but it's very meta. That was what we were wrapping up
Well,
on.
I think a theme this last couple of weeks, we've been talking a lot internally with our team about, I think, like, generally, like, what makes us happy and what inspires us. It's been super interesting to be off the road for so much time, and there's a lot of projects on our plate right now. And we were talking a lot in the last couple of days about social media and about how much has changed in the industry and over the course of the time that we've been a band. And there's a lot of pressure to be creating content all the time, and that if you really want to use social media properly, you have to create different content for different platforms because people want different things on TikTok than they want on Instagram. And I had so many weird dreams about that conversation last night, but I woke up re-inspired, and that I'm re-inspired in the sense that, like, I think we should just do what we want. I don't think we've ever been a band that cared much about, like, how many records we sold or,
I care so much.
chart position.
I do really care how many people like my TikTok today.
Yeah,
though.
no. I appreciate that I know that, but I'm not joking around. Like, I'm saying, like, I think we've always just been a band that cared more about, like, making sure we're having a good time and making sure that the stuff that we were creating was quality. And, like, I don't think that we're a band that's obsessed with going viral or comments.
Yeah. I think so.
I can tell that you're in one of those moods where you're going to really play up, like, that you don't listen to me or that
I'm
you don't
listening
care.
to. I was actually really contemplating it, like if I was actually being serious or not. And I think in this case, I'm being quite serious that when I do something on TikTok more than any other social media, I actually do feel like my own personal videos and contributions, like because I do feel like I put some effort into them, and it took me a long time to convince myself that
you talk about, totally.
Like,
you want to be real. You talk about it all the time. You're, like, obsessed
Yeah.
with it. You're obsessed with. You're like, why can't you think? For you, more important, it feels like, than anything else right now is, like, how do you become popular on TikTok? Which is very weird because you've always abstained from popularity or commercial choices.
It's true. I feel like this is the first time since the creation of social media that I kind of want to be good at it. And there's no right way to be good at TikTok. Like, that's what's kind of interesting about TikTok is that you're kind of just, you have to find your thing. And then if people really like it, they want to come back and watch it. And it's like, I think I'm motivated by it because I'm convinced that we can be very good at it.
Well, but I think one of the ways that we would probably be very good at it is, like, being funny and interacting with each other, but you don't want to interact with me. You want to just do your own thing. I think that some of the ones that would probably be popular are, like, interactions between us. So maybe you should think about ideas of things we could do together.
That's actually what I was trying to do the last TikTok that we made, where I sang your song, The Con. I was hoping that you would duet it and actually do, like, a harmony, or that maybe you would, like, sing one of my songs, but then you didn't do it. So
okay, I don't know if you still have my phone number. I'll text you after we get off this Instagram Live, but you could have told me to duet with you. I could definitely try.
I actually did tell you to duet with me on Friday, but you had an upset tummy is what you would just stayed offline all day long because you had an upset stomach. And so you were like, I haven't looked at TikTok today. And I was like, I sang a song of yours and you got to sing a song of mine. And you were like, I'm going to check that out.
That literally never happened.
Now you might have been delusional. Now
you're lying. And I've never said the word tummy in my entire life. So everybody should just know that Sarah gets into these kind of moods where it's like nothing that she's saying is real or true right now. It's so weird.
It's so true. You were eating Lipton chicken noodle soup because you had an upset stomach. It was Michael's birthday. We all ordered pizza and pasta and we were having some drinks and you were nursing an upset stomach. That's a true story. You don't remember that?
Yeah, I mean, I remember you telling me about the performance. I'm not saying that. You never said duet me. That's the only thing that I'm saying, like that never happened. I also
I was
never
imagining you
said the
doing,
word tummy.
I was gonna be like, I was excited to think about you duetting where you do like one of uh those those low harmonies, you know, like where people duet and there's like 16
Yeah,
videos and then like the one guy will come
yeah.
on and he'll be like like really, really low. So I want you to do that with the con. You'll be like,
Actually,
everybody
speaking of,
likes, like, do it really low, do a really low one. Like, don't do a good, like, don't do like a good high harmony that people recognize. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you gotta deliver something that they don't expect.
Yeah, I actually watched Moby posted his first TikTok and he did like one of those ones where he like recreated one of his most popular songs. And I had this thought, actually laughed out loud when I was watching it because I was like, exactly, this is what I think a lot of people expect musicians
Like,
to
it was
do.
really intricate.
It was intricate. It was like very well done. It's like him like playing all these different parts and then, it all comes together and everybody's singing and performing together. And it was like really excellent. And I'm like, yeah, well,
Wait till you
like
see the one that I put
I
together
have a
then
fucking
today.
job. I don't have time to do that shit. I don't have time to recreate our most popular songs and like figure out 15 different angles and
But do
whatever. I don't
you,
have fucking time.
but do you have time to recreate a seminal moment from a classic film by,
I mean, I'm gonna find out. I mean, I haven't seen it,
okay,
so I'll get
okay,
back to you. But I'll
okay.
say this. I think that we've both had really like tortured at times and really like reluctant relationships to social media, and I'm thrilled that you're so into TikTok. I mean, I'm
Love
like
it.
recently you posted on Facebook, your first ever Facebook post. How did that feel?
No,
I
I
know
didn't.
somebody.
I tried to post on Facebook myself, and then it just uploaded to some kind of account that wasn't even our account. Like, I was given information, I signed in, I got so excited. I wrote this whole post and then I hit send, and it was like it just didn't go anywhere. It was like, yep, you did it. You posted your first time on Facebook, and then I refreshed the Tegan and Sarah Facebook page and it wasn't there. And it was like a ghost page. It was like a decoy page.
Right, and
So I
so you had, but then you had one of our managers post, and that was like it was the first time ever in the history of our band where we weren't just like repopulating content. You really like care. Everybody. Sarah seems like a curmudgeon sometimes, but she really cares. She's really invested in places like TikTok and Facebook. Go find her there, like her
I don't know.
content, make Sarah go viral.
I think being a curmudgeon gets a bad rap. It's not like being a curmudgeon hurts anyone. It's just I'm a sort of like I'm a very particular person, and I think it's great. I think it's great, and it seems like it's a negative thing, but it's actually a very positive thing. It just took me a long time to find my groove with social media, and now I found it by way of TikTok, just in time for it to be not fashionable
Love
or
it.
cool with young people. I'll be able to do my side parts and my skinny jeans and my TikTok content, and I'll be happy as a pig in shit. So listen,
I
we
keep
don't have
seeing
all.
I keep seeing people write are skinny jeans seriously out of style? I mean, nothing's out of style. That's what's cool about style is like you make something your own. You just dress the way you want. Be comfortable.
Yeah, sometimes I have this feeling about clothes and furniture. It's like all just like crap that we just make, and then like when you really think about it, like we're just like bought. Like if I think about like our pets wearing clothes, like it all just seems so ridiculous. Like it's
Yeah,
like it's just they're just the things that we put over top of our body so that we're not naked, and that we mostly
totally.
actually clothes are just so you stay warm.
Yeah.
But like I think it's totally silly to worry about fashion. I think if you have skinny jeans and you can stand to wear them, I personally stopped wearing skinny jeans because it was giving my internal organs distress. And that, for those of you who have not reached an age like that,
Well, how high were your skinny jeans if they were touching your organs? Or which organs are
well, skinny jeans are tight. Like you can't wear loose skinny jeans. That's like that's a that doesn't work. Like the whole point of skinny jeans is that they wrap around your body and they're tight on your body. And so when
Oh,
I
is that how skinny jeans work?
yeah, and so I'm saying like it wasn't about the height of them, it was about the pressure, the
Mm.
external pressure on my body. It started
Right,
to make
they
my
were so
organs
tight
hurt.
on they were so tight on your legs it was making other organs hurt.
No, they were no, my legs were fine. There's actually really almost no skinny jeans that are small enough for the chicken legs that I have. But my upper body, like my stomach and lower stomach area, just by the end of the night, it's like I would practically have to use like those fireman scissors to get my pants off. And I just was like, you know what? I don't care. Stacy doesn't care. It's not like Stacy's like, oh, I fell in love with the girl who used to wear jeans that were hurting her internal organs. She just was like, whatever you want to wear. You can wear garbage bag pants. I don't really care. So I just started wearing bigger clothes again.
Yeah. 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 I
She
mean,
knows what
I'm here
she's
for
working with under here, so it's fine.
it. One of the reasons that we decided to do another episode of Where Does the Good Grow is because we have a t-shirt subscription and it's done as of tomorrow. I thought it was today, but apparently got extended to Friday, which actually makes way more sense because things should end on a Friday. But
Yeah.
how weird that like yesterday. So the first t-shirt in the new t-shirt subscription, which for anyone watching who doesn't know what that is, we did a t-shirt subscription last year to join. Or after you join, you get 4 t-shirts for the price of 3. Plus, we do a big Zoom together. It's really fun. There's lots of extra little perks, and it was really awesome. But then we decided to launch another one this year, and the first shirt just got announced. It's very cute. Sarah, do you want to describe the shirt, the first shirt?
I think people probably have seen it. It's got a bear on it, and he's wearing a suit and a con t-shirt, and he is fashioned after a very popular trend in fashion called Polo Bear, and it is an inside joke about the fact that a bear spoiled a outdoor party theater event I had last year. An actual living bear came crashing through the bushes and scared the living shit out of my entire family. And that bear is rumored to have returned looking for his friends Tegan and Sarah, and sadly, they are no longer living in that house. They live in other places, but the bear came looking for you yesterday. You had a bear in your backyard yesterday, which is a very weird coincidence, given that we are out here trying to sell a bear t-shirt and a story about a bear. You actually had a literal bear in your backyard yesterday.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it my backyard. I live in an apartment building, but I will say that I do also find it very strange that we launched this t-shirt subscription club, and the first shirt is a inside joke to the reference to the bear that crashed our movie party last year. And we've been talking about the bear all week. And then yesterday, my partner Sophia called me from the park and was like, "Oh my God, Georgia had an accident." Georgia's our dog. She was running with another dog that she plays with all the time, and they ran into an area they don't typically go into, and we called them back, and then they fell over this ledge, and the other dog landed on top of Georgia, and Georgia came limping back and then kind of laid down and wouldn't walk out of the park, and she had cut her eye and was holding her back paw up. And so Sophia had called me and was like, "I think she might have broken her leg. I have to take her to the emergency." And then there was some sort of kerfuffle on the line, and then she was like, "I'm going to call you back." And then she called me from the car, and she was like, "Oh my God." All of a sudden, all these people were running past me, and they were like, "You need to get your dog to the car. There's a bear." And the area where the dogs had run over to, there was a black bear. And this is a park in the city in Vancouver. And so Sophia got Georgia to the car, and she took her to the vet. Everything's okay. We got she hasn't broken anything. She just I think landed too hard and maybe winded herself, and she got x-rays, and she's taking some pain meds, but she's doing totally fine. But then yesterday, after that all happened, I was on a call with you, and there were sirens all of a sudden everywhere, and I was like, I wonder what's going on. And then you sent an article that they had captured a bear behind my apartment building on the train tracks that I live next to. And I realized, oh my God, that same bear that was in the park wandered all the way down here. And so I don't know if it's the same bear that came to your party and he heard that we were doing a t-shirt and we weren't giving him royalties. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but what the fuck? Two bears, one year.
It is very strange. Yeah, it's quite odd. I truly thought it was very odd that yesterday, with all this bear talk internally at work, that we actually had some bear encounters.
What can I say? He's a big TNS fan.
Yes, that is true.
I can give an update. There's lots of questions about what happened to the bear. He did not, hold on. He did not get, hold on a second. Sorry guys, just gotta multitask. 2 seconds. Hello? Hi, come on up. What? I had to let the package up. I just want to give an update about the bear. They did not. Don't worry, nothing happened to the bear. They tranquilized them and then took them back out to the mountain. We only live like 20 minutes from the mountain, so it's all good. Nothing happened to the bear.
Right. That's great.
So, okay, so the first t-shirt's up. Absolutely go check it out. Definitely gonna stop the subscription tomorrow. So if you want into the party, you got to join the party by tomorrow. I'm really excited. I'm really
A lot of
excited
people,
to get that shirt.
I am excited too. A lot of people are asking about your landline. Is it fairly uncommon? I don't have a landline either, so I find it quite antiquated that you have to
Yeah.
have one. But I mean,
So the reason why I have a landline is because the apartment building I live in, you have to have your buzzer has to ring to a phone, and it has to
can
be
it not be on your cell phone?
well, I have an American phone number and it can't be long
Oh,
distance because I live in Canada. So it's fine. My internet package, it's only 10 extra dollars, and I have this phone. So if anything happens to cell phones, I could just use this phone and I won't be
what
able to
would
call
happen?
anyone, but
What would happen to the cell phone that would make your landline not also be no
well,
longer
cell
functioning?
towers and phone run on different lines.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
Okay.
100% those are different things.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm like fairly confident.
What do you think, how do you think what is the difference between a landline now and a cellular phone, do
Look,
you think?
look, we've given it 45
Like,
seconds
do you think that a
longer than I
gopher,
think. Hmm?
do you think that the electricity and like the technology of, so I'm asking you a real question. Do you
Yeah.
believe, are you aware of the fact that telephones now at this point, a landline is not the landline that you remember from when we used to have a landline, like in the 1980s and 90s?
I I truly appreciate that what you're trying to say. In my case, it is actually a whole different thing. It's not I'm not using my wireless on my landline, but I appreciate what you're trying to say.
Where do you think, here's another question. Your
Sure.
phone, doesn't have a cord, right? Like there's a central area where the phone sits on top of, and then you have a cordless phone. It's just, how do you think that the information travels from wherever it's traveling from to your phone that is not connected to a wire?
I don't know, it's never occurred to me, but we had a cordless phone in high school and we didn't have Wi-Fi. So I know that they're not the same thing.
Okay.
So
So
I
it's
have I have
transmitted. What is it transmit? It's transmitted using an antenna, correct?
yeah, but it's completely different than a cell phone. Like I don't know what to I'm not claiming to understand. Look, it's not a requirement to understand why this phone works. I just needed a fucking Canadian phone number, and the cheapest cell phone I could get in Canada was still going to cost me like $22 a month, and this was $10. The other thing I want to say is this. I don't understand how a lot of technology works, but I know that they are different things. Like I
They
know
are
that they're
different things.
different. Like there's
Yeah.
telephone poles and then there are cell phone towers. That is the extent of what I know, and I learned most of that from that podcast Serial. Speaking of podcasts, I have this document that you know about that especially when I'm drinking, I like to come up with podcast ideas, and one of my podcast ideas is called It's Not a Nano, and it's like it's the idea of like having someone who actually understands technology talk to idiots like me and you to explain certain
Hmm.
things, and I feel like this could be our first episode
I don't want to
of
have
It's
a
Not
show
Nano.
like that.
Well, no, it's not. We have a show like that. We would create the podcast and have a host who actually knows what they're talking about. We would just be guests one time and we would talk about this. The next episode would be about like people who do like Mac Keeper cleanup, and then they're like, I don't know, my computer doesn't work anymore. I got like because they got hacked by one of those. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
That's your log. That's your log line for the podcast.
No, my log line would be, It's Not a Nano, a podcast where somebody who actually knows and understands technology explains it to idiots.
What's a nano?
That's what that was like a version of the thing that used to play music.
I
What was
think
that
that's
called?
too. I
Wait,
think
what was
that's
that called? We used to listen to music on iPods.
Yeah, I think that's too meta. I think you
Wait, is
probably
this an
wanted to.
iPod? No, that's an AirPod. See, this actually is going to be a huge show. It's probably already climbing the charts right now. This is going to be a big podcast. It's fine. I'm not going to include you. I'm happy to create it without you.
I just don't. I'll say this: if you pitched me a YouTube show where we did showed people skills like how to do certain things that are unexpected, I would definitely participate in that show.
You know what? I'm going to be pretty busy with It's Not a Nano, but you can send me some more ideas.
All right, fine, sounds good. All right,
Wait,
well,
so people keep one thing that people keep just want to like respond to some of the comments on the screen. We have big news this week. On Monday
we
of
did
this
have big news.
week,
Yeah,
it was announced that our TV show, High School, which is based on our memoir, High School, was greenlit. So
yeah.
we are making a TV show with our dear friend Clea
This is why we're
Duvall.
talking. This is why we're really fixated on technologies like landlines, because our show is going to be based in the 1990s. So we're going to have to go digging through mom's garage for all of our stuff from the 1990s to put in the
Mom
show.
doesn't even have a garage. See, I just want to refer back to anyone who managed to stick through this nonsense for 35 minutes that Sarah's in a mood where everything that comes out of her mouth is pretty much made up.
We are going to have all, don't you feel kind of excited though to like get all the like stage stuff, like all the set and the clothes and everything from the 90s? Like I feel so excited because I don't have any of my stuff from the 90s except for like a Smashing Pumpkins clock. But like I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
have,
excited. I
I'm
mean, I think that
excited.
I think it's going to be incredibly cool.
Hmm.
All joking aside, I think it's going to be absolutely fucking amazing to live in, you
The
know,
90s.
the 90s in this world and to be
Yeah.
a part of making a TV show. We obviously love TV so much. It sort of feels very very akin to how I felt when we got to write a book. I just have such an appreciation for all these different mediums, and it's absolutely mind-blowing that we're creating a TV show or executive producing a TV show based on our lives. I think it's
Hmm.
so fucking cool. But you know that you're not going to be on the show or in the show, right? Like, so you're not going to
I
like.
might be. I might be. I mean, I'm gonna audition. I don't think you should be
Can
betting
you
against
guys
it.
play your mom? You know what? One of us
I
could
could.
play our mom. We're the age
No,
our
I
mom
could.
was. Yeah.
I'm too
But I don't
old to
want to
play
be an
mom.
actor. Yeah.
I'm too old to be mom. Like in real life, mom was in her 30s when we were in high school, and I'm in my 40s, so I'm actually too old to play mom.
Okay,
I could
well,
play
first of
grandma.
all, you're not in your 40s, you're 40. Mom was 39 when we graduated high school. So,
Yeah.
I'm just, it's pretty close. But yeah, I don't want to be an actor. Did you get a lot of messages from people who were like, "Congrats, I can't believe you guys are going to be on TV." And I was like, it's a memoir based that are books about us in high school. It's not us on TV. Did you get
Right.
people that were confused?
I did. I do think a lot of people saw that we were doing a TV show, so they thought it was like a show like this where we just talk, probably, or I don't know. But yeah, a lot of people asked me if we were going to be on the show, what role we were going to play on the show, and like I said, I'm gonna read once I read the scripts, I'll decide which character is best for me, and I'll try out with the rest of the people.
Do you actually like I don't like particularly like being on camera or acting. I
Hate it.
hate like
Absolutely hate
hate
it.
yeah,
You
so
know
you're not
what? I'm gonna do all the voiceovers. You know how like on Wonder Years, old Kevin, he'll be like adult Kevin is like, you
that's
know, it was
there's no
just it was
element of
just
that in our show though.
it was this it was the summer where Winnie and I fell in love or whatever, like, and I'll do the voiceovers.
Yeah, this is again, I know Sarah's messing around because actually some of the companies that we pitched to did want that and we all said
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. But I will still I will I think I will put an audition on tape and send it in and we'll just see what comes out of it.
Well, well, is there anything else that you want to add? We've covered a lot. I
We
got a
have covered a lot.
haircut. I got a haircut. We have the t-shirt subscription. It's over tomorrow. You still have
Yeah.
one more day to sign up. 4 t-shirts for the price of 3. The first t-shirt has a bear on it, which is weird because twice in one year our family has encountered bears in the city, which is very strange.
Yeah.
Like we covered the TV show. We talked about how we're writing a book about being twins. You've been writing a lot of great music. We're putting together
Oh,
a plan to release music.
somebody just made a suggestion that Aubrey Plaza could play our mom on the show, which I would find a little bit confusing because I love Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
I definitely have like a celebrity crush on her, and I would find it very bizarre if she played our mom in the show because I would be having a crush on our mom, and that like I almost feel like that has to be one of the criteria is that the person who plays mom I cannot have a crush on.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think Aubrey Plaza is going to be in our show, but we
Don't
are.
don't talk
You're
about
right.
Aubrey like that before.
Sure.
It feels like you're really writing off a lot of us that are we have not even auditioned for the show yet. Let Aubrey
You're
do
right.
her magic.
You're right. You're right. Well then, okay. So we covered a lot, but the one thing we didn't cover was plants.
Oh
And I feel,
yes. Yeah.
and so I feel like we should talk about plant updates. Many people who tuned in 2 weeks ago learned that you moved. So you no longer have a big backyard and garden, even though the show's called Where Does a Good Grow? Though we do have a lot of plants. And on the last episode, I showed a plant that you left here because you stayed at my apartment for a month and you left one of your plants here. And I told you that immediately following last week's episode, I was going to throw the plant out, but I didn't. Instead, I fertilized it. Do you want to see it? It grew. I fucking saved your plant.
Okay.
Do you
Looks
want it
great.
back?
No.
Look at how good it's doing. I mean, there's still one little brown leaf, but look at it. It's like
Yeah. It's got
sprouting
lots of
new
new growth.
stuff.
That's great.
Just saying. And also, yesterday night, I had a dream about Billie Eilish.
Hmm.
And in the dream, her and we became friends. We were on tour together and we became friends. And her mom, who toured, her parents tour with her, like
Hmm.
it's like a very, very into the family vibes over there. But in the dream, her mom was Bethany Bethany Frankel. How do you say? What's Bethany from New Housewives? Is it Frankel? Whatever.
Sprinkle maybe? Yeah.
Bethany of Skinny Girl, Margarita, and Real Housewives was actually Billie Eilish's mom, and she did not like that we were friends. But then at one point, she saw. I don't know why one of my plants was out there with us, but she saw one of my plants and she was like, "Do you understand how difficult it is to get a snake plant, otherwise known as mother's tongue, to flower?" And here's what's fucking crazy is that's real. So, oh no. Okay, hold on. Look. Look at
I
that.
can't, I don't think I'm seeing what it is that you're trying to show.
Look at.
Oh, isn't that just aren't you supposed to just pull that out? Like, isn't that just a weed?
No, that's a flower.
Oh,
That's the first time in 20 years that I've had snake plants that it's flowering. This is
wow.
healthy. Anyway, but Billie Eilish's mom was like, she was not into us being friends, so I don't know
Huh.
what that means.
I don't know if it would be appropriate for us to be friends with Billie Eilish. We are too old probably, right? To have like a balanced friendship with someone that young. Like
You're
we'd be more like mentors.
right. Well, at this point, I think she could probably mentor us. And if she goes on TikTok, you might want to take some tips from her. But
That's not what I'm
um,
talking about. I'm talking about lived life, like age experience.
I don't know. I feel very young at heart. I do have friends that of all different ages, but in any case, the dream was very interesting and
Do you
strange.
hang
I
out with
don't
a lot of do you hang out with a lot of 19-year-olds?
know, but I
Only?
have no, but I have a lot of friends who are in their 50s, who are 10 to 15 years older than me. So I don't think it's strange to
But
like
did you
imagine
become
that.
but did you become friends with when did you become friends with them though?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know that we need to like I don't know if I need to spend too much time on the internet talking about how I'm going to justify a friendship with a massive celebrity that I'm never going to ever meet or be friends with. Like, I'm not sure I need to like delve into the fantasy there, but thank you.
What if she tries out for our TV show? What if she wants to play one of our what if she wants to play one of the friends in our social group
That'd be amazing.
on high school?
I'll say this. I'll say this. I think people of all ages, including young people and way older people than I am right now, are all fascinating. I've always found people of all ages fascinating. I know we have a really young audience, and I love meeting people of all ages. And I think
I
we
didn't say
were
to put all the 19-year-olds on an island and not let them interact with us.
no,
I
I
was
know.
just
I'm just
saying,
saying that, like, could I imagine being friends with somebody who is younger? I will say this, that I benefited greatly from the friendships I had with women who befriended us when we were in our 19 to 25-year-old range. I had a
but
lot
they
of
were like
friends.
mentors. But they were like mentors. Don't you think? It was nice.
I
They
would
were
have
like
never
older
used the word,
sisters.
no, I was, there were my friends. I think
I always
mentor
felt
is like a professional capacity where you sit down and you ask questions and you get advice from them. These people, like, we were going to the bar with them.
it's so funny because I've been thinking a lot about the fact that we did have people in our life who were older than us, but they, for me anyways, I felt like they were like older siblings or like mentors. I really did. And now I have people who are younger in my
Yeah.
life, but I think of myself as more like a mentor and and an
Yeah,
older sibling.
I certainly think that there are younger people who I know and I'm friends with who I actually currently, I mean, right now I'm friends with a whole crop of young musicians who are just getting started in the industry, and I find it really inspiring, and I find I learn quite a bit from them, but I also am very happy to give up any advice and knowledge that I have. But could I be friends with somebody who's 19? I mean, 19 does seem, or 18 or
Call
however
me.
old some of these people are. Yeah, that seems pretty young, but I wouldn't rule it out. I think we were, I mean, we were so whip smart and street smart and interesting when we were that age. We were living, I mean, I can remember actually feeling really sad when we were that age because I felt like people in our age group were at college and partying and we were like building a business and traveling the world, and sometimes I felt very like disconnected from people my age, and so I think that's why I sought out older people. I think we both did actually, and so I don't know, like I
Do you want to know
um
what's one of the most embarrassing things I remember from being a young person and hanging out with older people was that um, we had been in charge of cooking a lot of our own meals growing up because our parents were working, and so like
yeah.
we were entrusted with the responsibility of feeding ourselves. And so I think that we had this idea that in our heads that we were quite good at it. And I remember being like 19, 18, 19, and going to visit my older friends who were like real adults.
Yeah.
And I would say, like, let me cook for you. And the meals that I cooked for them
Yeah.
still make me feel shame. Like when I
Sure.
think
Because it
about
was
like
probably like all out of a box, I'm assuming.
all out of a box covered in cheese. Like my spin on the recipe would have just been like
Cheese
heaps
on it.
and heaps of cheese on
Yeah.
it.
You're like, I made a roast dinner with mashed potatoes, and then there's a whole big bowl of shredded Parmesan in the middle of the table or something.
It basically, yeah, and like that these very nice older friends of mine, quote unquote friends of mine, were probably like making notes in their mentor journal that said, "Teach Sarah about vegetables
Yeah.
and also foods that don't start in a frozen state and have to be heated up." Like I think that that sometimes makes me feel sort of embarrassed, but I did feel wise in other ways.
Yeah. Well, I think the consensus here is that people of all ages can be friends, but I think, what we were looking for at 19 versus what like the average 19-year-old was looking for maybe is really different. And so maybe that's why we attracted so many older people to us. But I don't know. I don't have the answer. All I know is that my fucking snake plant flowered. And I
Yeah,
feel
I sort of feel a little bit responsible for the success of the plant. Like last week, you made it seem like I killed your plants, but it also, if I was
no, no, no,
responsible
no.
for
You
killing
didn't.
your plants,
Yeah,
if I
but
was
you didn't.
responsible for
It
killing
wasn't
them,
all
I
of
was
them.
also,
There was just some. There was just some. But then
yeah,
mom and I, it has been 2 weeks and we did fertilize. So I think some of this was that. But you guys did an excellent job. 98% of my plants survived my time with, or their time with you. That's
yeah,
fantastic. Those are
yeah.
great, great numbers. Plus,
There was a few that we were working at a disadvantage. They weren't doing great. When we got here, they weren't doing great. Um, but we did talk about the failures, our failures, on last week's show. So I do feel like it just would have helped balance that out if you had said, like, I think it was the love and care and the showering that you gave my plant that allowed it to finally grow a flower. And your cactus also has a flower on it too, which again, like I
it
just
doesn't
think,
have one flower, it has many. Do you want to see it? Hold on, let me go
yeah,
get it. Okay, hold on.
yeah, because mine definitely, it's still years away from flowering.
You're still live on the internet, Sarah, so you should keep talking.
You don't know what I'm doing over here. Maybe I'm sending messages via the messaging app.
Okay, hold on. I don't know how to really show this to everybody, but I don't just have one flower. Check it out. There's
Wow.
three, there's three, four, and then there's one that's still pushing out. Like it looks like there's going to be maybe two or three that's going to come out of that little arm in the front. How fucking crazy is this?
That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed.
How, who's going to take care of those when you leave this week?
I don't know. We're going away for a month, and
Hmm.
mom is going to be
We
staying
didn't,
here.
oh, mom is going to say, okay. Because I didn't receive a formal request for my services, and I am quite busy, and I can fit you in, but I would need for you to let me know a schedule, so that I can help take care of your plants. But I am quite, my schedule is filling up with my gardening services schedule has been quite maxed out, so I think you have to let me know.
Yeah, no, I think mom will probably handle a lot of the labor, but I would very much appreciate you and her coordinating because everybody in the family does such a great job. It was a real green thumb. And I want to keep this growth going. And I just also want to comment, yes, Emmy, that's grandma's plant. So that is that last cactus that I just showed
It's
when
amazing.
our grandmother passed away. Maybe Sarah, you can remind me exactly what happened. That was in 2005, and mom, she had a huge, like a massive cactus, and mom cut tons of clippings from it, and all of us, like all his cousins and my mom, and like everybody got little clippings of it, and it's continued to grow. And when a couple of years, 2 years ago now, my mom brought some of the clippings over to my house, and now it's grown that much. Like it's
It's
crazy.
really incredible. It's very
Well,
incredible.
I will say this, Emmy, or to anyone who's growing a plant like that, uh, I put it in my office so it gets sun all day. So I think that's why it's doing so well. Honestly, I don't know if you can like, I don't know if you could duplicate those results. Basically, even in the winter, my office is just all glass and it's hot as fuck. It's like almost makes the room uncomfortable to work in, but
Yeah.
plants really grow a lot.
Mom always reminds me too that they really like to be dry, those
They like
cactuses.
to get
If
dried out. Yeah.
they like to be dried out. Yeah. Yeah. See, look, it's a gardening show again. We're talking about plants. We're getting a really exciting plant tomorrow. But I sadly it won't be able, I'll have to save it for the next time that we do one of these shows to show you. But it's a really cool tree, indoor tree. That's it. It's an indoor tree.
You're getting an indoor tree.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's called a
But it's not
phytosauge tree.
right, but it's in a pot, right?
Yeah.
Like
No, no, Tegan, we're gonna cut a hole in the floor and we're gonna dig it
there
into the
was
earth.
just an article. There was just an article. I can't remember which. Maybe it was in New York Times or something about how like the new celebrity must-have thing is like it's like
A tree in your house?
yeah, it's like one of those like what do you call that? Uh, crap. You know what I'm talking about. Like when you
The
ask.
tree of life?
No, it's like the new aspirational item is like, if you really want to like project that you're super wealthy, you have a tree in your house. And I was like, I can't stop thinking about because there's this trend in Vancouver where they plant trees on the top of skyscrapers. And I'm like, where the fuck do the roots grow? Like, where do they go?
Uh, well, I
Where
think
do the
they
roots
just
grow?
know, like, I think
That's going to
plants
be another
just
podcast. Where do
know
the roots
what?
grow? Yeah, I don't know.
You
I
know
gotta
what?
find out.
I think that I was thinking about well, you've seen it. I have a plant that, is also from cuttings of another plant that has been alive for like over 40 years or something. And we got the cuttings from it recently, and what the thing that is so beautiful to me, or the thing that, like, whatever it is, whether it's like a fancy tree or it's a weed or it's a cactus or it's flowering or it's evergreen, like I just like the idea of like, that the plant decides whether it likes you, your environment, and the treatment that it's getting. Like there's like a whole reward system. This is kind of the theme of this, where it is a good go. But I've never felt such a strong desire to make all the living things in the house feel happy and survive. Like I used to sort of be like a bit like negligent to my plants, and sort of I was like didn't care or whatever. But like growing these things and having them thrive and survive, it feels very rewarding.
Well, for me, what it has is it's marked time. Like for me, like during the pandemic, like I have had more time at home than I've ever had in my entire adult life. So I've had time to actually chart the growth
Yeah, it's
of
nice.
the things happening in my house. Like I could take you on a tour of my entire apartment. Every single one of my trees, or every single one of my plants, like feel like trees to me now. Like there's one that's almost standing as high as me. It's grown 2 feet, and I think it's just because I'm like in there messing with it. Anyway, I only have one more thing. There was
Hmm.
two things that I wanted to do on this chat, but time disappeared, so we only have time for one of them. The other one, I am going to make a pledge right now to anyone who's watching and who watches this later on that the next time we do a Where's the Good Girl, I have a very, what I think is a very funny idea that I want to do with Sarah, force her into it without her knowing. So, but we're going to have to table that because we don't have enough time. But there's one thing that I wanted to do on this episode. So I'm just going to go get the thing. Um, and then I'll be right back.
Okay. Somebody asked about cats, how to keep cats away from plants. I don't know what to tell you. I think that each cat is very different, just like how some cats really like food. And for example, when I was growing up, our cats, if you even like went near the pantry and they thought you were picking up a can of tuna, they would like tear your leg off to get it. And my cats currently absolutely are disinterested and do not care about any kind of food or fish or canned food. And they also don't care about the plants. Okay, that's my hat.
Is it your hat?
It is my hat.
This one?
Yes.
So, as we
I'll trade
sign
you
off,
back for your.
oh, hold
You
on.
can
Oh,
you
hold
can
on a
have your
second.
cheap green hat back, but that's an expensive luxury item you're wearing on your head, and I'm gonna have to take that
Okay.
back.
So a couple months ago, Sarah and Stacy sold their house, and the townhome that they were moving into was not ready. And so Sophia and I, we let them come and stay at our apartment, and we went and stayed at a cabin that we have. It was wonderful. It was so thrilling to be out in the outdoors. And it was so comforting to know that our plants and our stuff in our apartment was being loved and lived in by Sarah and Stacy. And while Sarah and Stacy were staying here, they got our faucet fixed, which had been broken for 3 years. And that was extremely generous of them to arrange for that. And yeah, they just did a pretty excellent job. And one thing that Sarah did while she was staying here was she did a TikTok that I thought was very funny of her trying on all my clothes. And then I did a response video because a lot of them were not clothes. One was a blanket and some of it was hers, but it was all done in jest and it was very fun. Then Sarah did a photo shoot in my toque, and I was like, hold on a second, that's my toque. This is a toque that I've had since before Heartthrob. I have a lot of sentimental attachment to it. It went all over the world with me on the Heartthrob record cycle. It was
Oh
sort
my
of like
God.
my
Okay.
comfort item.
Okay.
Oh no, hold on. It's my comfort item, and I asked Sarah publicly and privately to give me my toque back. And even though we're 40, she wouldn't. She told me that was hers now. And I sort of just kind of gave up, and I kind of made a joke that I was going to steal something from her house. And I didn't steal this from her house, but this is Sarah's toque. And the other day, I was heading out to take my dog for a walk in the morning. It was kind of cold, and I was going through my toque drawer, which is by the front door, and I found this hat. And here's the thing: is that this is a really nice toque. This is an expensive toque. This is a very high-end, very quality, thick toque. I like it. It's got a lot of height. It's got a lot of height, and it's got this cute little face on it. And
Well, you better be
I have
taking it
been
over.
waiting, and I've been waiting to show Sarah this hat because you can keep the fucking green toque. I'm going to keep this toque. I love this toque. This is mine
Okay,
now.
you know what? You know what? You go ahead and keep that toque, but you're the one that's leaving for your second home with a living tree in it on the island. And when your apartment, I have keys to your apartment. So unless you have time to get a locksmith this week, like, and whatever you leave behind could be mine. Like your beautiful flowering cactus, I think it's gonna look amazing in our new kitchen. So say goodbye to Grandma's flowering cactus.
No, I will say this. I was so delighted when I saw this toque, but it's so hot. I think I just want my toque back. This one's really
Yeah.
it's so warm.
You can have
It's
you can have your toque back. I
okay, so
actually
we can trade back. We can trade back.
it's not even toque season anymore. Toque is over. It's post toque.
Yeah.
Listen, we're gonna wrap it up. We said
Time to go.
we wouldn't go over an hour. Thanks all of you for sticking with us and watching this thing. Check out my TikTok, and also you have basically about 12 more hours to sign up for the subscription. If you want to, there's going to be opportunities to purchase individually the shirts for brief periods of time when we announce them. But the subscription's fun. Come on, sign up. We'll get to do a Zoom together if you haven't already. And that's it. Tegan, enjoy. I'll see you tomorrow. You're loaning me your bicycle.
I am.
And I am loaning you some lovely chairs for your outdoor area at your home. And I look forward to exchanging that and also our toques. I will bring my toque, I will bring your toque, and you will bring mine, and we will do some exchanging.
Wonderful. Thanks to everybody who watched. Thanks to everybody who already subscribed. Hope all of you are doing well out there.
Please listen to Tegan's new podcast, What is a Landline? And
no, it's not a nano. You guys are all awesome out there. Goodbye. Good luck. Take care.
Bye.